Wow. Okay. This is the inside of an apartment. I've been doing all this talking and I hadn't even pushed the go live button. This is what the lawn looks like outside because the town administrators have scared all of the local lawn service people out of doing any work for me. When I was physically able to, before I had this walker that you see right here, I came out here with a push mower and mowed it myself. But because they don't want this niggers to own this property, they've been, me and my mother purchased it in 1990, and I've owned it since then. She passed in 99, so they stopped harassing her, of course, because she was dead, and they decided to harass me because I did not sell it. After she passed, I had this floor poured in order to build the garage here. However, my finances has been interrupted, and all types of things have been done against me so that I can't have any income enough to be able to take care of my basics and upgrade my property. Even though it looks like that outside, that can be easily fixed with some lawn equipment, which I don't happen to have, and don't have the means to purchase at this point. But the inside of the apartment is definitely in good shape. This room here is pretty much brand new. I have pictures of when a pickup truck ran into the side of the house, and their insurance paid for me this room to be rebuilt brand new. So this room here is newer than the rest of the house, which used to be an apartment, half of a duplex. Where they broke the windows, I have covered in wood to keep the elements out. Where they broke this window, it's covered in plastic to keep the elements out. I'm keeping and this is a double pane window, so even though they broke the outside window, the inside panes of the window keep the elements out. I'm holding furniture for a cousin of mine who they forced into selling her rental properties by constantly doing all kinds of macro and microaggressions against her in order to mess with her finances. She had been a school teacher. They know that her income was limited. They did everything they could to make sure that she wouldn't be able to hold on to her rental property. And now she's in the last house of hers, and a tree fell on her, and they are basically forcing her to move out of her last owned house and trying to move her into a nursing facility. This is how they treat us who dare, as melanated women, to be self-sufficient. She, like myself, am not interested in signing a so-called marriage license, because if you know anything about the Moors, they can teach you what that marriage license truly is. It's just basically you signing you're signing away your rights as an adult and assigning your offspring to the state for them to do as they wish. So when you sign a license, any kind of license, license means permission. And anytime you have to ask somebody else's permission for anything, it means you have given away your rights as a full adult. Because adults don't need permission to do anything. So this is the inside of the structure. You know, if it wasn't so far out from town, I'd live out here. As a matter of fact, my mother, when she became paralyzed, chose to live out here. And this room hadn't even been redone yet. The old room was still here. The accident that came through that wall hadn't even happened yet. But I do have the pictures of all of that. I'm going to be putting it together in a collection, video presentation using this and other things in order to show that the system here, the racist system here, as it has always been, is basically about stealing property from melanated people. Doesn't matter what the conditions are, they're gonna make sure that the conditions are in a way so that they can make an excuse to steal from us. They used to just bring out a rope or a gun. You know, 100 years ago, the slap-happy grandpappies would just kill us, bomb our houses like they did the Osage Nation 100 years ago, like they did Black Wall Street and Wilmington, North Carolina in 1898. And so 100 years ago, I'm sure they would have just hung me by now. as a melanated owner of my own property. But now that people are watching, they don't do that as quickly anymore. This is the actual number to the property. What the heck did they say? This is the actual number for the property designation on the paperwork that they were trying to take my building down. That even had the right number. They had a number from the building that was already taken down. And so, for now, this is what we have. I'm locking the door back. And also, today when I get there, I'm going to show the condition of a Caucasian-owned property that they don't have any intentions of doing anything to. Let me put my phone here so I can use my 2 hands. I'm going to show you a property that they have no intention of doing anything to, that is completely burned out. Because the owners are Caucasoid. They never touch those properties until everybody attached with it is dead. But with us, they want to make sure to take it down while we're alive, because they want to try to cause us all types of emotional, psychological distress. I'm a highly spiritual being, so I know not to get overly emotional about simple material things. But I'm also still in my body, and I'm not going to sit still. I'm going to still do my part to fight